All right, everyone, we are back with the Pantheoner tournament coverage where Roman Vashkin has just beaten Sorry I'm Like This, and now we are going into, after that long win streak, they're going to be facing a very tough opponent, Emile Chesky. Um, and yeah, so we saw a science, and then a points win from Roman. Important to note, these science wins, they also had a point leverage against their opponent. So that's how Roman likes to play. It's rather than having like all in on science, they always allow a chance to win in points. Um, Pretty fairly high for themselves. Um, so that's an interesting way to play, and I think I want to emulate that. So here we are looking at Roman Vashigin versus Emil Chesky at the time. They were both just under 500 ELO, but we know that Roman is now in the top 100 players at 550 ELO. So, but in this game, the Pantheoner tournament, what is it, season 5? Yeah, we're going to see how they play this. So, Roman does not start this age. Roman, it's Emil Chesky gets to start. And now, Roman going to take the Appian Way and the Great Library, I believe. And then, see, yep, Statue of Zeus ends up going to Emil. So then Roman, of course, going to take, well, not of course, I would have actually preferred a Divine Theater grab right there. If you already have one extra turn, take Divine Theater. That's what makes sense to me. But they wanted Temple of Artemis. Because there's a lot you can do with Temple of Artemis. There's a ton of cool things you can do. You can surprise the opponent and take any god you want. Hmm. So maybe Temple of Artemis beats out Divine Theater sometimes. Let's see how this goes. So next up, Emil gonna take Divine Theater and Mausoleum. That's just how. Okay, allowing the opponent to take Mausoleum. Will that bite them in the butt later on? All right, so Emil gonna start. Um, and they are going to. Well, maybe it's because with every shield that you get, each successive shield after that becomes even more and more powerful. And if you have 9 more than your opponent, they're already thinking of that as an option to win a military victory. I'm not even thinking of a military option to win when I'm at the wonder stage, but it is true that with every extra military wonder, and Divine Theater technically with Mars is a military wonder, but likely military giving shield wonder. But likely that won't be an option because we have 2 Roman gods out there. But they could take Hades, and it becomes basically the same reason why Mausoleum is a military wonder. So 3 military wonders. Emil Chesky may be already thinking, let's just end this in military. The finals, the grand finals, after everybody's played through everything, they're wanting to go for a military win. That's just crazy to me that they would do that. But yeah, let's really break down that move right here and talk about that. Like taking Colossus over, they're already thinking about a military win, or maybe just protecting themselves militarily at least. But you've gone through. Emil went through all these players down here in this Pantheoner tournament. They beat Bobsy, they beat Opilf, they beat Clowno, they beat Ray Xiao, they beat V Nemesis Hun, and now right here in the finals, the grand finals, they're thinking about winning in military or leaving that as an option. Crazy to me. Okay, so Emil gonna choose first. Likely everybody's gonna be tiptoeing away from this Egyptian token. I think the right move is to take the press right now, probably so that they can afford the Divine Theater. Generally, gray cards are worse, but than the brown cards, but if you look at your wonders and you see that one of your wonders uses two of a gray card, then take that gray card. Or your opponent has one that uses two of the gray card, take that gray card over the brown cards is my general rule. And it looks like they have two wonders that use two papyrus, so the answer is going to be papyrus. Okay, okay. Emile Chesky going to go right for the science from the get-go. Also, they can see that the workshop is out there. Why not take the press so that they could afford it for free and make their opponent pay 3 coins for it? Well, Roman now, of course, going to take the glass and choose where Raw goes. Why did Emile do that? Does Emile not know that trick? That is an important trick that anybody viewing this now knows the trick. Don't grab a science card that. Well, of course, Roman's done that twice, and one time it was for this exact science card. I would argue the best science card of H1 is the pharmacist, because it doubles into the dispensary in the next stage and lets you forget about spending clay, because the only clay science card is the dispensary. So you could live without clay. It's just a great card. Emile took it, sacrificing a god card placement. Roman has done the same move. I wonder if maybe I should do that move in future games. I would have taken Papyrus right there. And then if my opponent took Pharmacist, I would have taken Glass. So interesting. Okay, so two strange moves from Emile. One taking the Colossus, and two taking the Pharmacist. But the Pharmacist we've seen Roman do. Alright. They didn't reveal anything grand or anything. The Tavern is already revealed, so face down cards are less dangerous to reveal to your opponent. And now Roman gonna take a science card, so then they'll both be equal. Both players at 4 coins, and both players at 1 science symbol, 1 gray card. So we're parallel situations, and now Emile's gonna change up the parallelity of this, and if that's a word, and take play. So Emile ends up getting what they wanted, or what I thought they needed, the press, and then they ended up getting both of them, press and clay, by taking the pharmacist first, but allowed their opponent to put an Egyptian god close to themselves. And if Roman's going first in the next stage, because they have 2 extra turns, they could pull off a only 3 coin Raw and steal the Divine Theater from Emile Chesky. This is just scary. I wonder why they chose to do that. Okay. Okay, so Emile going to put Mesopotamian right there. Roman going to take the science card that just got revealed. Emile likely going to take that, open brown cards. So now they're only missing wood, a very important resource for Divine Theater. Maybe Emile going to discard this card in hopes of getting this face down card and then these 2 face down cards. That is not what I would have done. So they discard this one to reveal 2 cards face up instead of giving their opponent stone. Emile is not playing like me at all. Yeah, okay. Emile gonna put the Roman. Maybe they wanted to put Roman closer to their opponent, and they were hoping for this right here. They were hoping for either 2 good options, or they were hoping for 1 good option that was covering the tavern so that they get the tavern themselves. Roman gonna bite it and allow their opponent to take a free yellow card. Coins now are at 10 coins to only 3 coins. And Roman going to take wood. I was saying they needed wood. They got the wood they needed. And now Emile going to have their choice. Do they choose the left side or the right side of H1's construction? Stage 1 structure. Alright, I think either way they don't get the last card. This is a tough decision. I think the right move... I don't know what I would pick there. I think... Yeah, me, you, you. You want to think, prioritize what's going to be the last card that's chosen. And maybe you want to make the last card that's chosen going to be very expensive for your opponent. And both of them are going to cost 3 coins. Yeah. Maybe you make the Stone Reserve. You go down the Stone Reserve route, I'd imagine. Yeah. So they're going to go down the Stone Reserve route and then make their opponent have to use an extra turn to grab this expensive card at the end. The Roman going to do that. Put a Roman god close to Emile. So now they both have a Roman mythology token. And now Emile going to take the wood that they needed. Sorry, earlier Roman got the wood, and then now Emile finally got the wood. And then Roman going to take a yellow card. But this allows them to get 1 more coin if they choose to discard. So maybe it would have been better to go to the other route. But this way, maybe they don't get they don't want to grab the stone pit because they already have Stone Reserve. Yeah, I might have been best to go the other direction. Yeah, I take it back. It probably would have been best to go the other direction. And then, because now Emile could just discard, or Roman could discard this and get an extra coin because they had taken the yellow card. Yep. So they got an extra coin out of that deal because Emile went the wrong side. And even it was tough for me to think it through, but when I saw it play through and which cards people took and which cards were face down, then it makes sense now. But hindsight 2020, right? Now the Roman gonna put the Mesopotamian right there, and then Emile gets their choice of what they want to do in the next stage. And I'm thinking the right answer is to use an extra turn and take the first player of the next stage and build the workshop for free. You have 15 coins, you're good. And having Sanctuary going into the next stage is nice because all the gods will be discounted. And who knows, maybe at the bottom of age 2 there'll be something really cheap. But Emile going to get that workshop for very, very cheap. And see how that's going to work out. All right, so Emile is now at the bottom of this age. They see that Roman put Ra at the close to themselves, and Emile can afford Ra because they're starting it, and they have the 2 coin discount. I think the right answer here is to take Ra, and then Roman's going to follow up with a take of a very expensive 7 coins for Nisaba to steal or copy an opponent science card. All right. So now, Emile going to Emile going to take Ra. That through, I think Ra is the right answer. Yep. So they're going to take Ra. If not, they lose Divine Theater. And they're going to take very powerful Wonder, the Temple of Artemis. Okay. And Roman and Vashtigan just didn't have the coins to be able to construct both the Temple of Artemis and the Appian Way in the last stage to be able to get what they needed. So, because they built the stone reserve. I'd have to look at the math later, but yeah, a lot is going through my head right now about what's going to happen right. Because Roman now is this is the finals, so they both want to win. Like this is the obviously you always want to win, but this is for all the grand prize money of $0 and lots of fame to go with it. Uh, okay, so yeah, lots of fame with the Board in the House YouTube channel. Watching everybody who watches it, watching them. Uh, we got a growing viewer base, 300 plus subscribers. All right, so um, yeah, tough moves all around. All right, Roman going to. I'm still sticking with my word. I'm thinking Nisaba is the right answer. Um, they're going to take one that is not out there already. Both of them are not out there. No, wait, that one's out there. So they're going to take the workshop. Be my guess. Yeah. So taking workshop there. Emile Chesky going to. They have 4 coins. Roman's at 0. When your opponent's at 0, it's really safe to reveal cards. So I think they're going to discard a card or build a card. Building a military. Okay, so this is where Emile decides, hey, it's time to really do my exciting military push against my opponent and keep them at 0 coins. Ooh, excitement. Okay, so Roman going to discard this military card because they don't want their opponent to grab all the militaries. And there's no Mars out there, so Divine Theater is very possible to win in H2. Emile cannot afford the parade grounds. Maybe they discard a different card so they can afford it. Interesting, they chose that card to discard. Okay. Yeah. And then now both players can afford the parade grounds. Roman's going to build it, but then Emile can follow up with building the archery range for free. They saw that happening, and now we're back to a 2-win military from Emile. Maybe Emile is going to try to just end it in military. I think that's what they were thinking from the beginning. When they took Colossus, they were saying, that's what I'm going to do. Don't need a very expensive 2 shield from Mausoleum. I'll just take the cheap 2 shield from Colossus, even though Colossus is very expensive. Emile going to get 6 coins from the brewery. No, I lied. Okay, they take the Caravanserai and allow their opponent to take the brewery. Not a move that I would have done. Definitely rather take the coins, especially when you already have all those resources. It's not like they were denying their opponent of any resources. Yeah, unfortunate for Emile, they have no coins at all. They spent a bunch of coins so they could have discounts in the future, but the right move would have been to just take the brewery and skip out on the discounts. Now Roman has what they need to be able to afford a lot of things, and Emile's going to wish that they had 11 more coins, because that's what would have happened. They spent, what, 5 coins to get the Caravanserai, and if they had grabbed the brewery, they would have 11 more coins right now. Yeah, Emile would be sitting at 15 coins, so that was a wrong move there, I would imagine. And then Roman going to take. So I'm saying a lot of wrong moves for Emile. I haven't said a lot of them for Roman, but that's just because I haven't caught any yet. I kind of said that not saving money for both extra turns to use Raw might have been a blunder, but even still, they had no idea that their opponent was going to construct Sanctuary. Maybe their opponent would have gotten greedy, and still their opponent spent a whole 6 coins to grab it. So spending 6 coins to steal a wonder, and spending a wonder to do it, you're really net only losing a wonder because your opponent didn't really gain anything. because they spent something. All right, so Roman is going to take the school and grab law. Yep, that is what's going to happen. I wonder if Emile took caravansary so that they could use Statue of Zeus on Roman's wood. But it's not going to matter now. Well, no. Okay, this might actually happen. Emile is going to build the wood and then use Statue of Zeus to kill their opponent's wood, and then their opponent cannot, Roman can never build the Great Library. So that is such a niche play. The little Monopoly move. Yeah, I don't usually look for monopolies in my play style, so maybe that's something I could look for to gain some edge in the game. But I just give my opponent caravansary and take the 6 coins because I'm okay with my opponent being able to afford everything. If I can afford everything and have more extra turns than them, I'll try to secure a victory that way. Emile hoping to get maybe a 1 shield military here, but couldn't make that happen, and now they're not going to go first in the next stage. They really can't let their opponent get this card right here, the dispensary. How are they going to stop that from happening? They're not going to touch this right here. They're going to touch maybe economy over there. Yeah, so they're going to build economy. Oh no. They're not going to build economy. They're going to discard over here and have their opponent take a yellow card maybe, or maybe just take papyrus straight up. Somebody's going to want to build economy because somebody wants to kill the wood of their opponent. However, Roman only has 1 wonder that uses a lot of wood. The rest of their wonders don't even need wood. So Emile going to make the Divine Theater super cheap, only 3 coins, and you can't use raw again, so I wonder what the plan is there. Both players can afford gate. I think Roman's going to take the gate. Yeah, they're okay if their Emile takes economy. They're going to use, what are they going to do with the gate? Probably Zeus. Oh, wait, don't do it, don't do it. If they use Zeus to get rid of the dispensary, their opponent could follow up with the Divine Theater and take the dispensary so that a science victory is not automatic. Alright, so they get rid of the dispensary now. If Emile's thinking smart right here, they're thinking, okay, you forced my hand, I'm going to build the Divine Theater to take that so that you don't end up with 5 whole science symbols in the next stage. Now, their opponent can't afford it with Mausoleum there. Wow. Emile going to use the Temple of Artemis so that they can afford this science symbol. Maybe build it. Yeah. Build that science symbol so they're at 3 science symbols. Oh no. Emile is going to use Divine Theater to get law now. Instead of denying the pharmacist. Wow, Roman's going to pull off a crazy science victory because of that oversight. So Roman discards a card. Emile, this is your last chance to stop the opponent from getting 5 science symbols. You need to build the Divine Theater right now and use Hades. They do. Or they're going to build Ishtar and try to do 4 symbols versus 4 symbols. Nah, they do the Hades move. So they know that they cannot win in science. There's just no way to do it. So what was the point of getting the library? I guess building the library so their opponent can't take the library and nah. I mean, you could have just discarded it for coins because there's already another copy of a different science symbol. The one you're worried about right here is the dispensary. All right, they're going to use Hades and they're going to construct the dispensary. instead of Ishtar. Now they cannot win in science, but they're okay with that. They're going to try to win in points maybe and grab 7 whole points. Or maybe agriculture. Ooh. Grabbed engineering. Well, let's see how engineering plays off. I don't think that's a very good move. Why is Emile doing this? Why did they take Alright, if they lose by 7 points at the end of the game, if it does come down to points, how is engineering going to be a good move? And maybe they're thinking it'll come down to military, and they're thinking engineering. 3 of the cards in age 3 use military or use the linking symbols, so I want those to be super super cheap. And they're just going on a prayer that they can win in military. I think that's the right move. That may have been the right thinking of taking that, but they still have a shot at winning in points. It's just, you know what? Nah, they didn't have a shot because their opponent has 4 symbols and their opponent has an extra turn, whereas Emile gave up their extra turn. They shouldn't have built Temple of Artemis. And with Emile, because with Temple of Artemis, you could maybe stop a science victory from happening. But now Emile is just hoping that military cards are revealed to themselves enough that they can win. So Emile is going to, or no, Roman's going to now maybe build Neptune and make it so they don't lose a bunch of coins. No, they're just going to discard a card. Okay. And then now Emile is thinking, I need to make sure this military victory is doable. And they're going to put Minerva right there. Oh, or spend a bunch of. I mean, they had a 4 discount, so maybe they're thinking I could go a little more expensive and make my opponent, only pay 1 coin so that my opponent loses 5 coins. Let's see if they use it correctly. They do. Get rid of both their side for Neptune, and then Roman going to try to win and try to not lose by military. Maybe they take Minerva now, and that will be enough. That'll be equivalent to the 3 shield protection. Like I said, you only need 3 shield protection to save yourself from military in most circumstances. Um, it's very different. Roman has not built any of their wonders, whereas Emile is building all their wonders. So they're going to place it right there, protect themselves from any military advance that Emile pushes. And now Emile's going to have to make a tough decision. Maybe the right move is to take economy right now, because you don't want to reveal a card, because it might be a 3 military. Or maybe they should have just built the statue of Zeus and poked that right there and killed the wood. I think that probably would have been the better move. Build the statue of Zeus right there. Yeah. So now Roman is forced to discard the Siege Workshop for coins. Oh no, they're just going to try to win in science right now. Just end the game with science. Roman, or then Emile is going to take the circus for some points, or for a military push of only 1. Yeah, I mean, why not make it so your opponent spends a ton of coins on wood? You've already started in that direction with the Great Library. Roman gonna discard the Siege Workshop, and at this point it's game over. Unless Emile can pull off a military win, there's no way that Roman can do anything about it. All right, then yeah, the 2 cards that that Roman needs are revealed. So there's no guesswork with it. No trying to guess which card's the face down card. And yeah, with that, we have our winner for this Pantheoner tournament. Sure, Roman gonna take economy. Emile going to build Colossus for 5 coins and give 5 coins to their opponent, which is exactly enough so that that Roman can, if they wanted to, build Praetorium, but they're not going to. They're going to discard it for coins. And yeah, so now Roman has enough coins so that they can build their extra turn and take the final science card that they needed. And there you have it. That is how you win the Pantheoner tournament. Just 4 science victories in a no, 2 science victories, a point victory, and then a science victory. Boom, 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 boom. And there we have our crown champion, Roman Vashigan, as the winner of this season's Pantheoner tournament. Thank you so much for watching this, and hopefully you enjoy this Pantheoner or this Pantheon content, especially with the Pantheoner tournament. We have a lot of familiar faces that keep coming back every single time that that I cast this tournament and prepare all the brackets. And please join the tournament. Come in as a guest on one of them, and then we'll randomly situate you into one of. I believe we have 8 different groups, or maybe 16 different groups, maybe. And yeah, and then the top 2 of each group are going to be brought into a round of 32, then a round of 16, and then a round of of uh, yeah, of 8, then 4, then your final 2. And so that's how we're gonna do it from now on. And yeah, thank you for all the comments on the channel of recently. That really helps the channel boost up. Comment on this video what you thought about Roman's gameplay of how they played against Emile Chesky. That was some interesting moves from Emile. Please comment. I know I was hard on Emile for some of their moves that they made, but uh, let me know in the comments why you thought they may have made some of the moves they did. Yeah, if I'm wrong, please tell me. I don't care if I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be told that I'm wrong so that I can be right later on. But yeah, we will keep on doing this Pantheoner tournament. And thank you for the comment right here. I just got a comment, Great Wonders tier list. Appreciate all that stuff. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.